People, be prepared to be excited, because I think Capsicum Games has been one of the biggest surprises I've had so far at Essen. And my goodness, what a surprise it is. I am with Didier Discher from the company. Didier, you have two absolutely lovely looking games. But I haven't seen you here before. Have I missed you, or is this the first time you come to Spiel?
Yeah, exactly. It's the first time we come to Spiel as a publisher. Yeah.
Tell me about Capsicum Games. What are you? Tell me about you.
We created Capsicum Games last year.
Okay.
That's why it's the first time we are here as a publisher. It's a brand new company based in Paris. And what you see here is our two first games. One is already in the market. Speakeasy is already in the market in France. Fleet Commander is coming in November in France. And now my job is to try to make it bigger now, these two games, and that everybody can find them around the world.
You know, I'm very glad that you're very new. I'm very glad that these are your first games, because I have a theory, and it's that France produces some of the best looking games out there. I still haven't seen a French company that doesn't come out with a thing of beauty. And your games are that. Tell me a little bit about Fleet Commander, because it looks absolutely gorgeous.
Well, Fleet Commander is really at the origin of the company, because at the beginning the aim was to play big, as a massive space battle without having complicated rules. You know, we were all over 30 as a group of friends, and we didn't have time to put in complicated rules. We didn't have time to put in big games very long. We wanted something very fast in one box, and we wanted something very easy to play, but with all the fine of tactic of a big space battle game. And what we created at that moment was so exciting. We say, hey, that's fantastic what we have done. We cannot keep that for us. You know, we have to share it, because it's really good. And it was one moment in my life where I wanted to make something different. And so we created Capsicum Games. It's a full-time job for me now. And I mean, the mission was really to bring Fleet Commander to the public.
That is quite amazing. I know very little about the French board game scene. How easy or difficult has it been for you to set up and actually make it your full-time job?
Yeah. Well, the French world, I don't know it very well, because I'm not coming from this world, so I don't know the people. I'm very new in this branch. I know it's quite big. There is big company, very famous company. There is fantastic games produced in France also, and I think the difficulty for me at the beginning was really to come there and to be the really new. Nobody knew me. Nobody. I was just hi, and I have something to show you, and I was very lucky, because I met fantastic people, especially my distributor. This is Yellow France. I distribute my games, so I am one of their partners, and for me it was a big luck, because they learned me a lot and they accepted me and all my mistakes as beginner, and we tried together to get always better and to make good games, and this is what you can see now. So.
That's wonderful, and let's face it, Aiello, they are lovely people. They're really very nice company. What are the mechanics behind Fleet Commander? How does it play?
In Fleet Commander, we put the player at the level of a Fleet Commander. You make some tactic command. It's not a piloting games, okay? So you have some dices. You have each player has 9 dice. He has 3 to move, 3 to attack, and 3 to defend. And at the beginning of his turn, he has to choose 3 of them. What he wants. He can choose 3 to move, but also 2 to move, 1 to attack, or 1 of each. It's the third choice of the commander. And then he throws the dice, and on the dice you have always the same faces. You have 2 faces to make the action in a straight direction or in diagonal direction, because you play on a I don't know what to say in English, square, well, yeah, right? And one face allows you to make what you want, any direction, and we have 1 special faces for activating special weapon, some special rules, and so on. And so you have to choose which kind of action you want to do, and you have to deal with the results. But there is a bit of a chance of luck, of course, in this game, but not that much, because if you want to be sure to move in a straight line, if you throw a lot of yellow dice, you have a big chance to get what you want. But for that point, you won't get any attack because you take only. So it's a bit like backgammon games or poker. It's a luck game, but good gamer always win. Yeah, so
I like the sound of that. But of course, Fleet Commander is not the only game you have here. You have something very different.
exactly, very different. Why? Because I told you, Fleet Commander is the origin of the company, but I didn't want it to be to get stuck to one game. As that people think Capsicum Games is Fleet Commander and that's all. And I collection games. I buy very old Chinese game, and I have 20 of them. That's a Lusanchi. It's like a strategy game. Maybe some players know it. It's very common in China, and it looks like Stratego. It's the same mechanism as Stratego, but it's much more interesting. It's much more fine. When I discovered this game in China, I said, hey, Stratego should have been like this all the time. But the problem is that all the pieces of the game were all in Chinese, so it was quite difficult for me to find some partner to play the game. And that was a very important project to me to produce this game in a Western world. For the Western people, to make it easy to play for anybody. And the original game in Chinese is a war game. We are talking about war with general, marshal, lieutenant, and everything. And for me, it was also not such a good thing because there is many people that don't want to play a war game. And this game is so fine, so interesting to play that I say, no, you have to play it, even if it is a war game. And that's why we decide to use a Prohibition time in the US with Gangster and all the 20s. You know, I think it's a fantastic world. People like it, and you have seen maybe The Artist. It has nothing to do with Prohibition, but it's also the 20s in the US. And from a graphic point of view, from an aesthetical point of view, I find it very interesting. That's why we decided to go on this way with two kinds of gangsters that fight to find the speakeasy of the other. And you know, the people are sometimes speakeasy. If you say this name to a French guy, he thinks it's a party game where you have to speak, yeah, and to make something funny. And all the time I have to explain, Speakeasy is a name given to the bar where you can get some alcohol during the Prohibition and things like that. And sometimes they're happy because they learn something from the American culture. But
So it seems like you have plans to do more than just science fiction games. What's in your head now? What can we expect from Capsicum Games in the future?
in my head at the moment, I find we work better on 2 feet. Yeah? And 3 is too much, it's too stable, but 2 is good to work. And that's why now I can very well imagine 2 lines of games. One is Fleet Commander, of course. We have 4 extensions in work. The first one is already ready, so we are ready to launch it next year in France. And there is 3 new extensions on the workbench with new ship, new faction, new special weapon, new gameplay, and things like that. And the last one is even a campaign system that look like a 4X system, but always with the same philosophy. Easy to play, easy to master, and you enjoy it at the first time. And it's in one box, you know, it's for people who don't have that much time. Huh? And this is one line, the Fleet Commander line. And on the other side, I want to develop some other kind of games. And what I see is that people really enjoy game for 2, strategic game for 2, easy to play. So my target would be more maybe the couples that want a game very easy to play. That sometimes you have a couples. One is a very fine, big gamer, and the other one not. And they want to share something. And Speakeasy is a bit like this. Speakeasy is very easy to play and to master, so even a casual gamer can enjoy it, but a hardcore gamer enjoy it as well. So, and both can meet at this point with this game. And we are developing now new games in this direction. One is coming next year, and it's very, very exciting because this is with the girl who made the logo of the company. She's a very famous German graphic illustrator, yeah? And she wanted to make a game with me, and I said okay. And I found an author which won a prize this year, and we are preparing the contract now. But I have a great author, I have a great illustrator, we have a great idea together. I'm sure it will be a big game.
You've just made me very excited, and I'm sure everybody is going to be very, very excited indeed. Didier, thank you so, so much. I cannot wish you enough luck with Capsicum Games. I think you are up for a fantastic start, and I can wait to see you really hit very, very highs. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely fantastic.